Hey, what's going on out there? I'd like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So if you're someone who has been considering getting the Discover It secured credit card, this video is for you. If you're someone who's considering getting the card, but you also want to know what credit limit you should start off with, this video is also for you. And if you don't know if you want the card or not, this video is for you as well. I'm going to talk about the Discover It secured credit card and why it's one of my favorite starter cards. So if you're new to this channel, I'm going to have to walk you through why this credit card, the secured card, is my favorite one to start off with. Now, my journey started at the end of 2014, 2015, and I was looking to build up my credit score. And the first credit card that I started off with to restart my credit journey was the Discover It secured credit card. This was at the beginning of 2015, first quarter 2015, February to be exact. So it was pretty early in the year 2015. You figured there really wasn't a lot of videos on YouTube or information anywhere regarding the Discover It secured credit card, but I was able to go and search on Google, and I did find an article by a lady. I always say I wish I had saved it. I have a totally different laptop now, so it was no way to save it, but I really wish I did because it was so helpful. Back then, it wasn't how things are now when it comes to applying for the secured credit card with Discover. Back then, you had to apply for their regular cashback card, get rejected, and then Discover will refer you to apply for their secured credit card. And back then, there wasn't a lot of people who had the card, but the reviews were good. The people who did have it, they would leave reviews with the blog lady and tell her, you know, my card graduated after a year and things like that. Now, if you're considering doing it now, which is about 8 years later, things are totally different now. Things are actually more in your favor now if you are considering getting a Discover It secured credit card, because you no longer have to get rejected for the cashback card. You just strictly go to the secured one. And I think Discover does a great job with that, with making it more simple for you all. And I started off with the Discover secured card, and my credit limit was $200. I picked the minimum limit. It was $200 then. It's still $200. And I just worked that $200. I used 10% of that as my utilization. So I was spending $20 a month. And I did that for about 10 to 11 months. And my card graduated. And I was able to get my $200 back. And then after that, one of the cool things with Discover is you get to request the credit limit increase without receiving a hard inquiry. So I requested an increase and my credit score was able to get increased without me getting a hard inquiry, which was great because you figure I had only had the card for almost a year then, and to not receive an extra hard inquiry worked well for my credit score, especially with that credit increase. Now, there's been a big debate. This is the purpose of me making this video, because there has been a big debate in regards to how much your secured credit card deposit should be, because you all know with Discover, your deposit is usually going to be your credit limit. So people come by this channel because they know I have a lot of videos on the Discover It secured credit card, because it did help me go from poor credit to excellent credit, from the 500s to the 800s. So I like doing videos on the Discover It secured card because I do have experience when it comes to it. So they come on the comments and they like, hey, 200 is too low. You need a higher credit limit than 200. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when it comes to these secured credit cards, the goal is to help increase your credit score, and the other goal is to graduate. Those are your two goals: increase your credit score, improve your credit report, and to graduate your card as soon as possible, whether that's 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, or whatever time within that year's time frame. The goal was to graduate. So a lot of people, they had a mentality of wanting to use a secured credit card the same way that they'll use an unsecured one. So they want to go and they'll get hotels and they'll get rental cars and they'll take trips and they'll pay for expensive dinners, and they'll just use the card like it's a regular unsecured card and just think that it's going to graduate in time. And then when it doesn't graduate within that 1 year, they get upset. Oh, this doesn't work. This is a waste of time. I'm going to just use it like a regular credit card. And this is where we get to this point, because I'm always an open ear and willing to listen to people who I know are more informed than me. But one thing about YouTube, everybody is informed. At least everybody like to think they are. So there are people with hardly any experience when it comes to the Discover It secured card or any secured card. And they'll come by and they'll tell me or other people who have graduated their card in a timely manner and tell us our way is the wrong way. Now, there may be multiple ways to do certain things, but telling someone that their way is the wrong way when it actually has worked for themselves and others, that's foolish. So I want to let you all know, and I'm going to be as transparent, clear, and direct as possible when saying this. If you are considering getting a Discover It secured credit card, you can graduate your card and you can increase your credit score with that $200 deposit and credit limit. I did it. I have helped countless amounts of people who have done it as well. You can do it. Don't listen to people when they say, oh, you need $500 or you need $1,000 or you need $5,000. What they're more concerned with is having a higher credit limit so they could spend more. Your concern should not be that, not initially. Worry about increasing your credit score and graduating first. Once you do those two things, you can always be able to increase your credit limit and apply for other credit cards to be able to have a higher credit limit. Take your time. Do this step by step. Don't just try to go from step 1 to step 10 immediately. Take your time, take the baby steps. If you have to do the $200 deposit, do it. Your card could graduate just as quick as someone with $1,000 limit. It doesn't matter. What it's really based on is how well you manage your card. That's what this is based on, card management. How well you manage your credit card that they give you, the secured card, and how well you manage the rest of your credit report at the same time. Because a lot of people, they want to forget about the rest of their credit report, you know? They'll have the card and they'll pay on time and watch their utilization. But with their other things on their credit report, they're missing payments, they're paying late and things like that. That's not going to work. That's just going to delay your time for graduating your card. They want to see how well you're managing your card as well as the rest of your credit report. So it's key to make sure all of your accounts are lined up right and you're treating all of your accounts fair and you're managing them right. That way you'll see the increase in your credit score and that way you'll be able to graduate in a timely manner. But that's the biggest lie ever, saying that a $200 credit limit with the Discover It secured credit card doesn't work. That's foolish. It definitely works. It has worked for me. It has worked for people I helped. It has worked for other people who leave comments. It has worked for so many people. If you have to do $200, do it. But don't listen to these people who go around and they say, oh, $200 is too low. They have their own agendas. If your agenda is to increase your credit score and to graduate on time, and that $200 is all you have right now, go with that $200. I don't want to get into all the politics of, oh, $1,000 you can spend more, $5,000 you can do this. That way after you graduate, you'll have a $5,000 limit. That's cool. But listen, take your time. Do this in baby steps. Increase your credit score. Graduate your card. And once you do that, you'll see you'll be able to do whatever you want in regards to credit cards if you do it the correct way. It's not guaranteed, of course, but if you do things the correct way, increase your score to a healthy amount in the 700s and you manage the rest of your accounts correctly, you'll be able to get credit cards where you can have a big credit limit, but it takes time. Don't rush this thing. Don't rush into it. It took me 3.5 years to go from poor credit to excellent credit. You can do it too. Yours may be quicker. Yours may be the same amount of time as mine. Yours may be longer. I don't know, because every credit report is different. But don't get discouraged about that $200. That's a great starting place. It's better to start at that $200 credit limit than to not start at all. But anyways, if you're new over here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video. Also, this goes to every single one of you that's watching right now. Be sure to hit the like button. The like button is your way of showing support for this channel. I appreciate every single one of you for taking out the time and watching this channel. If you're trying to get that Discover It secured credit card, do your research. Do not be afraid of that $200 credit limit and that $200 deposit. It could work wonders for you. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Wait. Before you leave, be sure to check out the description box below. That way you can have all the credit resources from Water Your Soil. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, all right?